In a 3-2 vote on Wednesday, the board of El Paso County's Hanover School District approved a measure allowing teachers to carry concealed guns on campus. The school district's 28 teachers can carry weapons following peace officer standards and training, which will allow this policy to work under current state law. Eric, do you think we're going to see more school districts adopt this policy?
Probably not a lot. I actually know Hanover a bit. As a young kid, many, many years ago, growing up in Colorado Springs, I was part of a basketball team. We'd go play other community teams out on the eastern plains of eastern El Paso County. We'd play Hanover. I was like in middle school, and we were playing guys with hair on their chests. I mean, we were playing some, this was very rural. I think it's become a little more ex-urban now. We were playing some people that I would have liked to check those birth certificates. I guess my take on this story is, vintage El Paso County. David will have more to say about it. I'm sure he's studied the issue. Obviously, they'll be certified, but I'm not a big believer that that is the answer to school safety issues, is to arm more people. I found the most interesting part of the story is one of the rationales for why they needed this is the number of grow operations within a mile or 2 mile proximity to the school, which is telling of what's going on in parts of rural Colorado right now.
Pat, Eric brings up a great point that I was thinking about as well, was the rationale given. Because on one end, I saw one report that said, well, some schools could be 20 minutes away from the nearest emergency response. Okay, I can see that rationale. But then saying, well, we're worried about, I believe the line I saw in the report was Cuban marijuana cartels of having crime in our community, and that seemed a little far-fetched. What did you think of the rationale given?
I think the rationale was specious at best. It seems bizarre, but I acknowledge that rural Colorado has for years had a drug problem in terms of the manufacture and distribution, whether it's be meth or other drugs. You see a lot of that in rural Colorado. But the fundamental point is, it's not the right solution to tell teachers they should be packing in a schoolhouse. And we have this conversation a lot, but when I keep debating my friends and my respected colleagues at the table, the Second Amendment starts with the phrase, a well-regulated militia. Well-regulated. This is nuts. If you want added security, hire armed guards if you want to, or have police officers there. DPS used to have these police officers in schools. I think you detract from the educational purpose and mission of teachers if they have to run around strapped just in case they need to have a shootout with Cubans and Colombians who are running around trying to move marijuana through the schoolyard or something.
Patty, your thoughts on this, and especially the rationale given?
Well, maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think Cuban drug growers go into the high school or the grade school to use the science lab to make hash oil. They really don't do a lot in those schools. I would think they would stay away from them. So the argument is really stupid, specious, as Penn said. If, in fact, they are so strapped in this rural community and they need more security, tax these grow houses, tax the legal warehouses, and get more law enforcement. Have it pay for them. But the argument makes so little sense that you wonder really what the rest of the policies for carrying will carry.
David, the floor is yours. Will this catch on?
Increasingly, and that's definitely been the trend. Definitely not going to be adopted everywhere, but especially in places where they are a long way from law enforcement response time. 20 minutes or 45 minutes is some of the times I've heard. The school board, I think, handled it in a good way, took a lot of opinion from the public, not only at the hearing, but through online comments. And as it turned out, the community was almost exactly 50-50 among the parents and the teachers and the students at the different grade levels. And they published the comments people had made. The comments I thought that were most interesting, in a way, were of the students who were no. The most common argument they raised is teachers are crazy and I'm afraid of them. But here's the good thing to reassure them. This is the same policy that's been in effect in Utah for most of this century. And in fact, with requiring peace officer standards training, which is the same as to be hired by the Denver Police Department or the El Paso County Sheriff's Office or any other to be a certified law enforcement officer in Colorado. That's the training you get. So they're talking about whoever's going to have this security guard role having that very high level of training.
This isn't a day somewhere getting a license.
Yeah,
for it.
no. Utah, however, is just you have a concealed carry permit lawfully. You can carry on public school property, including if you're a teacher. And fortunately, we have not had any crazy teachers in Utah shoot their students. So I think the people who are worried about misbehavior by school employees don't need to worry about that.
They can look to Utah as the model.